Yeah, pretty
Hello.
much.
Hello.
Hi, I just started my stream. You might want to leave, Sam.
Okay, that makes sense. Bye.
Bye. Anyway, my stream can hear you right now, just so you're aware. They cannot hear me currently, because I'm on my front, starting stream.
Cool, I can skeet out and go wait.
I can also just deafen. Hi, chat. How is everybody? So I was gonna go and start straight into lore, but I just got told that something is not correct, so I'm fixing. What? I'm seeing that. Which sucks because I haven't. I've logged out since then. So apparently. They should be in there. I placed them right there when I did them. We're just gonna actually fuck it. I don't know what happened to them, so we're just gonna It's not easy to go down the list of chests, no, because it only auto picks up the name if they're online, so. Anyway. No, but stop it. I can't type. Anyway. Rude. Come here. So, by the way, Ceph, I was checking things. You're not following me. How dare you? I'm offended by that. Oh, thank you for the follow, Seth. Yay! Guys, that puts me at 43 followers, which means that I'm 7 away. We gotta finish it. We gotta get there. We're so close. So anyway, today I have heard about new people. Kind of, I want this to go away. Maybe you did, Seth. That would be fine. I've basically heard about new people. So, yeah, there's some new people waiting around, I guess. People who did not settle by where we all kind of got dropped into reality here. So I'm gonna go check that out. I guess the best place to start would be spawn. Like spawn portal. And then I can hopefully find another tunnel or something that I haven't been down. But we'll see. So, yeah. We're just gonna see if we can find something. Or maybe we'll just find someone. It's kind of gross out though. I don't like the rain very much. The Endermen don't like the rain, so I never really had it back in the end. Oh. Hello? I don't know that person. I don't know them. Hello?
Hi.
I don't think I've seen you before.
I don't think I've seen you either.
Well, I mean, I guess it's nice to meet you. Let me be polite and do the thing.
Oh, well.
You don't have to follow suit if you don't want to.
Thanks. Good to meet you too.
Are you new around here? I mean,
Not particularly. I don't live around here.
Ah, that would be why I've never seen you. I guess I really don't venture much from out of this area, so that's probably my bad.
No, that's fine. Preferable, actually.
Oh. I mean, okay. My name's Lake. It's nice to meet you. I said that already.
I'm Ceph.
Well, Ceph. I guess since you don't come around here often, are you lost or something? Like, can I help?
Not really lost. I'm looking for someone.
Maybe I can help you. Who are you looking for?
Looking for a god. Maybe you know something about that? Seem like someone who might know something about that.
I feel like you might know a little bit more than I do about that. Oh, there goes the rain.
No? Well,
I mean, that white binding's interesting, yet you seem to very much be able to see me.
it's personal preference for the general comfort of everyone else.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, there's a reason that I, well, wear this face. Ceph, is there something that you would like to directly ask me?
I mean, if we're throwing the pretenses out the window, I wanted to talk to the Death God. I am guessing that is you. I did not know your name. I kind of came here on a whim, hoping I'd run into someone that could help with that.
I mean, I am, but I also have to ask why I don't know you. I mean, you're not human, so actually, that's not surprising. I mean, all the other gods never gave a hell about me, so.
I'm not a god.
What do you mean you're not a god? You're very much divine.
It touched, we'll say.
But
Not a god.
You feel just like Ella, so why are you lying? Like,
Who's
I'm being
Ella?
You're really not, are you?
No. I'll be honest with you, I don't much deal with gods. I don't like them very much. They usually don't like me.
Well, you can live in the same boat with me there. Most of the gods don't exactly like me either. After all, they can't understand why I would choose to preside over death, and yet it only makes sense.
Necessary to some extent. People have to die.
And they should have a protector. The end isn't an entirely safe place.
I don't know too much about it, but from what I know, yes, it's dangerous.
You said you wanted to talk to me. What do you want to talk to me about?
I was hoping to get your side of things. I met someone the other day. I was following a friend. I was worried they'd gotten into trouble, and I'm trying to figure out if they have.
Well, who did you meet? I mean, you're gonna have to give me more context.
Someone called Phantom. They live in a city over that way. It's kind of spooky, desolate, void of all life.
Nuclear fallout?
Nuclear fallout.
Yeah. I've met and, well, I wouldn't necessarily call it a pleasure, but I've dealt with Phantom before. What would you like to know about my side of things?
Anything and everything. They were pretty adamant that you weren't to be trusted, were bad news, and had everyone's worst interests at heart. And while I'm not inclined to disagree with them on the general deity spectrum, I figured, you're not exactly an all-powerful deity at the moment. So maybe you can give me something to work with here?
Well, I'm happy to. It's just a question of would you like the long or the short of it? If you would like the long version, we might as well go to at least to my house, kind of? You know, at least somewhere a little more comfortable than here. Because that's a story.
I'll take long. I'd like to get a clear picture. I'd like to know exactly how much trouble we're getting into.
Well, you might as well
the
follow me then.
Day.
Yeah, well. I mean, I'd really rather stop the trouble if that helps you make a choice.
Depends on how you're deciding to stop it.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to get everyone home.
I can respect that. I have someone who I think would very much like to go home. This is a tree full of water.
Yeah, it's the corpse of the world tree, so...
Wonderful. Fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't exactly make it. I simply found it like this.
Decided to move in?
Well, it's the closest to going back to my home. Feels the most like home.
Huh.
I promise there isn't a trap down here.
Probably wouldn't matter if there was.
I'm sorry, I don't exactly have seating. It's not something I'm used to.
I can stand. Well, here. You know. I've got two, so.
And here we are. So the long story of it. I guess I have to start where we all got thrown out of time and space.
Pretty standard Tuesday.
That's what I would call it. So... Shit, give me a second.
Mm.
Sorry, chat, that's simply my fucking life calling me. Anyway.
Imagine
having a life.
Imagine existing outside of the block cave.
Imagine existing outside of the server. So.
I live here.
I only exist as data. So, Ceph. On the day we all got thrown out of time and space, I was fighting to make it so that an experiment gone wrong wouldn't, well, in a way, destroy all of humanity. After all, I've seen humanity try and make themselves immortal before, and after a century or two, they all start to lose their minds.
Immortality really ain't all it's chalked up to be.
Well, I'm starting to think that the people here might understand that a bit more now. Considering that's basically what is happening.
Some of them, I think. Some of them I don't think have quite gotten the memo.
Oh, you mean Phantom?
Yeah. They don't seem to be doing too well.
That would be an understatement.
Totems are, dangerous.
Don't I know it? You see, the thing is, being the god of death, I don't actually cause or stop death. I take care of what is left of humanity when they pass on. And honestly, that means that I have had to listen to everything that humanity has gone through. I mean, listen to their happiness, their pain. I have to deal with young children who don't understand why their parents hurt them, and adults who don't understand why their country decided that war was the answer, or can't fathom why genocide exists. I mean, it's horrible and it's real. And that's what I was doing when I felt humanity try to rip open the space between the end and reality. So I did everything I could to stop that tear from happening. And in doing so, I got pulled through myself, and I've lost my power. Now, I understand that doesn't explain my interactions with Phantom, but as you can tell, I'm mortal currently.
It's a nice background for how the God of Death ended up wandering around here, apparently causing problems.
I'm not. That's the thing. I formed an alliance with Phantom and Ella and Summer, who live in the floating wooden moon and stars. And we were planning to reopen the portal that was used in the experiment so that we could all go home. Phantom was supposed to be helping me with that. And for that help, I have been repaying them in teaching them how to gain more power. That was the deal. And in order to prove that I could do that, they asked, for proof. And I showed them that I was divinity. And that divinity, that knowledge, has been spread around like it's the new hot topic, but it's being used against me. I've heard from others that apparently Phantom says I attacked her, and that I've been trying to harm her, but in reality, when we made our deal that I would make Phantom stronger, she asked for me to spar with her and do things like that. In fact, I have a book to prove that our fights have been asked for. They left me a book because they were mad. I had been planning this round table and had neglected my duties.
Interesting. You seem very calm about the whole thing, though I won't say the whole God training mortal to be stronger, act as their vassal to mortals isn't exactly a uncommon trope.
Well, I don't want her to be my vassal, but I need her cooperation, although it seems to be no longer in my favor.
Why do you need her specifically?
Because of the totems and the nuclear fallout. I assume from when in the timeline this experiment happened that nuclear power is at the basis of reopening the portal. And Phantom is the only one who knows how to use it, who I have met.
Puts you in a bit of a tight spot.
Just
how do you know
bit.
reopening the portal's gonna solve the problem?
I don't. But at this point, that is the only option that I can think of. And I am drawn to the rift because there is still an opening. It's just incredibly small. I know where it is, and I assume that if I can open it a little bit further, I can go back through, regain my power, and completely close it after allowing everyone to go back to their time.
Why do you, the Death God, want to send everyone home when you could just, I don't know, kill everyone and take them to your domain?
Like I said, as the god of death, I don't actually want to cause it, and I don't. I simply stand guard over the Endermen, as you call them. I mean, I've been taking care of humanity for millennia, and when it really comes down to it, you don't care for a group like that in the way that I do without feeling like they're your own. I mean, I worry every day for the Endermen. The end isn't a safe place, and if I'm not there, I don't know what will happen to them. And I truly don't know how to feel, because on the one hand, I want to stay here and help all of you and help you all get back to your homes because that's where you belong. And on the other, I want to get home as fast as possible, but I know that that may cause problems between myself and people here.
What about people that aren't human?
I would like to send them home. I assume you're talking about yourself. After all, you feel like divinity to me, but you say you aren't.
I don't really have a home. I've got a friend. She's from somewhere that isn't here. I think maybe somewhere that's way before any of this, but she wants to go home and I want to get her there.
I heard you hesitate. Is there something else that you would like to do with that?
Go with her?
I mean, I don't see why not. I don't exactly know how it will work once I open the rift, but if I can help you go with her, then I would like to. After all, I don't want to send any human or really anyone back to a place that they don't want to go. I mean, I truly do love humanity. And I've heard enough of the terrible stories. I would rather want anyone to go back to a place where they would be happy. Even if that means breaking a little bit of the timeline or space.
It's a lot of very noble sentiments. Someone who I imagine isn't feeling all that noble currently.
No. In fact, it rather feels like everyone in this place is, well, against me. Mostly because Phantom continues to push them towards going against me.
Is there any truth to what Phantom's saying?
I mean, they keep calling me a fallen god. I guess that would be the truth. But Otherwise, no. I haven't done anything that they haven't asked for.
She kept invoking old legends. Asked about the God Slayer.
I've heard about it. It's an old study that was done during the time that Phantom was pulled from. From what I know, it was never successful. But I have a feeling that if anyone could complete it, it would be Phantom.
Does that worry you?
Significantly, but at this time, there's not anything for me to do about it. All I can hope is that if they can complete it, I'll have time to know and hide. I'm never going to abandon everyone here without helping them get to wherever they would wish to go. But I also have to take into account my own safety. After all, if I can never make it back to the Enderman, then everything that humanity has won't exist anymore. I know without me, anything after life collapses. And, well, that would be something incredibly sad for humanity to have to go through.
You're surprisingly reasonable for a deity that's lost all of their power and is currently stuck in a crumbling mortal realm outside of space and time.
I mean, I won't lie to you, Ceph. It's taken some time to get used to. But I know that if I embrace the human emotion of panic, that I won't be able to help anyone. So I might as well be logical.
Emotions are a very human thing.
I'm divinity, I'm not supposed to have them.
And what do you have instead? When you're not like this?
Very simply, a desire to protect the Enderman. That is all that I am allowed to have. I think
Sounds kind of lonely.
it is. I mean, it's hard when, at most, you're allowed to speak to other divinity or the dead. I would rather be able to feel emotion again and talk to the living to help them. I can feel the moment before someone will die, and I can feel everything that they do, but I can't keep that feeling. But I know when someone wants to die, and that is incredibly sad. And I would wish to help them, but I don't get that choice.
It sounds like maybe this whole being stuck as a mortal thing isn't all that bad then. Seems you got your wish.
I wouldn't exactly call it a wish. I still need to protect the Enderman. I mean, even if I couldn't help those who are living, at least I can help them cope with what their life was like in the end. And maybe allow them to find some form of happiness that they didn't have in life. I mean, is that such a horrible thing to want?
I don't suppose so. But I think that maybe there's some difference in the way that a god explains their feelings and their desires, and the way that those feelings and desires would be acted out on mortal terms.
Of course, there's a difference. As a god, I am constantly forced to choose between all of humanity, or one, and I have to make the choice for all. And that may cause conflict for me with the group that has been pulled through time and space, but if I'm the only one who will work towards opening the rift, then I'll do it myself, and I'll bring everyone back to where they're supposed to be or where they want to go if they would be willing to talk to me and tell me.
Is that the point of this whole round table meeting? Get everyone together, go, do you want to go back through the rift or not?
Yeah, that is the point.
And what if the answer's no? What if people don't want to go back?
I don't think you're going to like my answer, Ceph.
I'd like to hear it anyway.
They have to go back. I will allow them to choose to go somewhere else if they don't want to go back to the exact place and time that they were at. But I cannot allow anyone to stay here.
Why?
And because humanity loses their minds. Humanity is not built to last an eternity. And I have seen humans try it, and eventually they all lose their minds. And then most of them would rather beg to die anyway. After all, when they cannot control themselves anymore, is often when humanity chooses to destroy themselves. That is the choice they will make. I've seen it every single time that humanity has tried. They will always choose to die in the end. Even after their centuries, they realize that it was not a good choice.
Immortality is never worth it.
It never will be worth it.
So that's what it comes down to then. Control or choice.
I would like to give them as much control as they can have but they must leave this place. I will give them as much choice as I can outside of that. And if I have to fight everyone to do it, then I will.
Even if they die? Even if everyone is against you?
Even
Are you
if everyone...
sure you're right? I agree with you about people being driven to insanity, but seems hubristic to place all of your faith in a pit that sent us here in the first place.
It's not the pit that I am placing my bet in. What I am placing my bet on is myself. I know that given time and help, I can reopen the rift. And humanity will be forced to rejoin the civilization it was a part of. We have to go back to where we were. Maybe you don't understand because you aren't fully divine, but this place is wrong. And there is no human way to explain it. This place has lost all of the rules that govern how the world works. It will not remain stable. It will slowly fade out from underneath all of us.
And gods love rules.
I don't love rules. See, that's the funny thing, Ceph, is it seems that you assume that I follow everything that the rest of the gods do, but I was abandoned by the rest of the gods. I honestly don't care what the rest of the gods want to have happen. I simply wish to protect my home and the beings that live within it. I don't care what I have to break or what I have to mend to keep them safe. I don't care about what the other gods think. The only one who has ever cared enough to stick around me and speak to me is Ella. And Ella is here. So I don't care about the rest of them. I don't care about the rest of their rules. I don't care about the rest of whatever they decide. It does not matter.
All right. You're right. They're wrong. You decide what happens to humanity. You kick us all out of this place. I doubt there's anything any of us could do to stop you.
There's quite a lot that you could do to stop me. And no, I don't decide what happens to humanity.
The people in this place, then, small sliver of that there are.
Yes. That I can agree that I will make a decision on. And that's because I'm the only one here who can. Humanity cannot understand the implications of what this rift has done. They cannot understand what it will do to everything else. Every other dimension, every other population. The people they love and care about that weren't pulled through, they'll all be affected. Some may even have dimensions collapse and everybody that they know and love die. And they wouldn't know because they would refuse to listen. If I have to make the choice, then I will choose to fix it.
Okay.
And if you don't like that answer, then that is your choice. You aren't the only one that I'll have to fight at this point. I really don't care.
I'm not exactly in the business of fighting gods.
Well, I won't come and fight you. That's not my desire. I don't want to hurt anyone. Unless they try to hurt me.
Seems like a difficult way to live. You're constantly looking over your shoulder.
It is what it is.
Well, I I appreciate your honesty.
I appreciate you coming to speak to me. No one else is bothered after Phantoms told them their lies.
Well, I figured God becoming mortal probably going to have some sort of larger scale effect than I think what any of us and maybe even Phantom is aware of. And frankly, she didn't exactly seem like the most trustworthy of news sources.
Well, I'm glad you were able to tell that's the case, but plenty of others have simply taken their word. So, I doubt you'll see much of me. I'm fairly certain that I'm going to have to leave this place soon. And, well,
The tree or the pit underneath it?
all of it. I
Oh,
probably
like the
won't
realm
be
as a
here.
whole.
No, not the realm. Well, I do want to leave the realm, but I feel like I'll have to give up this house sometime soon.
It's not bad. Could use a little decoration. It's very
Sorry, decoration isn't exactly my forte.
You know, I can imagine not.
Well, Ceph, it was good to speak with you.
It was nice to meet you. Lake, was it?
Yes.
All right.
At least that's what I go by here. When you're not in front of other people, if you do ever see me, you can just call me Death. It's what most people do anyway.
Do you have a preference?
I prefer like. After all, gods do have names outside of the things that they control.
It's true. They do. All right. Lake, then.
Thank you, Ceph.
Seems the least I can do. You're the one who's stuck here.
I wish I wasn't.
Can't blame you, but Mortal Realm wasn't all that bad. Kind of get used to it.
Hopefully I will eventually. Either way, you can go back out through the doors or through the nether portal if that is what you wish. I
All right.
have some other things I must attend to.
I'll leave you to your godly duties then. And if you ever happen to wander by the underneath where I live, I'd appreciate if you steered clear of riddles.
I will do my best.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm trying to keep them away from Phantom, but we'll see how that one works out. Good luck.
Good luck to you as well. I almost wish I had just shown them the books so that I could really prove that I haven't done anything, but it is what it is. Whoop. They're so crammed that I can't even, like, get different entities. Jesus. Guys. I'm trying to get hitboxes and they just don't exist. That's fine. I just like the chicken breeder because because I need food. Nothing new in the chest. Well, that's an interesting book. It seems everybody just wants to come and ruin my day.
House Lake.
Hello?
How do I get to your house? There you are. Well, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. What are you doing here?
We need to talk.
About? What could I possibly have to talk with you about? Why should I even bother sticking around?
Because I think, on a fundamental level, me and you might have the same goal.
Doesn't matter if we have the same goal. You're still the bastard who forced me to come here.
Yes, I understand. I made a
That was not
mistake.
actually on purpose.
I know. I figured the double shot was on accident. Look, I get it. I made a mistake. And now I want to fix it.
You don't get to
Things have been-
fix that mistake.
I think I do. Everyone gets an opportunity to fix their mistakes. Whether they like it or not.
Do you really?
Yes.
Because that's not so much the case when it comes to immortals like me. I don't care about you getting to fix whatever mistake you've made. You don't get to be near me. In fact, I'd rather enjoy it if you'd leave me alone.
Well, unfortunately, that's not an option. We both know what's going to happen if we leave things like this.
Yes, and I'm working on it, unlike you.
Well, I want to make an effort to fix it as well. I don't want to just leave it like this.
You're not the one who lives in pain every single day as this world gets more and more messed up by the shit that you did. You know, I didn't know what pain was until we ended up here, but now I do. And let me help you. That is not going to ever help you in making me a friend. The faster we get out of here, the more likely I am to not torture you when you die.
Then let me help you fix this.
Fix it yourself. I'll do what I can from my end, but I don't have to help you. And I don't have to let you help me. Just stay away from me.
So what are you going to do about everyone else? Are you just going to let them die?
That's what the round table is for. I'm going to ask them where they want to go. And when
Do you
I
even know
reopen
how
the
to-
rift, I'll let them go wherever they ask. Past
Do you even
that,
know how
I
to
don't
put them
care.
back? Do you even know how to put them back?
Out of everyone here, you think you would be the one who would know more than I do. I am literal divinity. I can move and feel every single plane of existence. And I have seen every piece of time that humanity has dealt with. I, out of everyone, would know how to put people back. You're a worthless human.
I'm sorry, I'm a worthless what?
Human. It's
So
the
what?
truth.
You are now too.
I still have access to some of my divinity. Which means, if you want to try something right now, I dare you, because you aren't going to win.
And what are you going to do about that? We can hurt you now.
Let me help you.
That.
Try it again.
Always. Solution is always just throw more power at it.
The solution is, you are still mortal. I, on the other hand, am regaining some of my power as this world crumbles and becomes closer and closer to my dimension. Do you know what that means, DM?
What does it mean?
That means that I can stay in this form where I am untouchable for longer and longer. So you can continue to try and harm me, but it's not going to work out for you. It's not going to be in your favor. And instead, I can sit here and hurt you constantly. And though you may not die right now, it doesn't mean that I can't give you all the pain that I have been feeling every single day. I can give that all back to you and more. So how about you leave me alone, or I'll just go ahead and actually follow through on my promise.
Fine.
Good. It seems I still have at least one more person to deal with, and I was planning to go back up north to that child that lives in the ocean and maybe get them back on my side. After all, I talked to one of their apparent companions recently. Apparently Sam and that child are friends. Hello.
Hi. I assume you got my letter?
Yeah, although I'm not exactly sure why you left that at my house. I mean, I certainly didn't expect for you to ever really want to see me besides when Ella was around.
Well, we need to discuss some stuff.
Like?
Well, I know you're not who you claim to be, as I said in my letter.
I'm sorry, you'll have to give me more context than that. Who do I claim to be, number one? And what do you mean I'm not who I claim to be?
Well, everything you told me last time, how you told me that you worship the god of death. And then when you were last here when you were visiting Ella, you told me that you came from a time where you told me that you came from a time where you also worship Ella, but
Okay.
some of the practices that we had weren't happening, and it doesn't add up.
How does that not add up? There are lots of people that worship more than one god. I worship a god of life and a god of death. Doesn't that make sense?
And yet you seemed confused on the process of the name gifting, the gifting of the names.
Well, yeah, that's because in my time we've lost that.
So
I mean,
it's just confused though.
it can be. In my time, there are many different religions with many different cultures and gods, and a lot of them have lost traditions. They don't know how to do many of the things that they used to be able to, that are written in books, but they don't have the ability to perform whatever ritual they are anymore, because the knowledge has been lost. Either to war, where the other side has destroyed what information they could find, or simply to time, where the records haven't been, you know, continued throughout further and further pages.
And that makes sense. I would believe that if you also didn't mention that you and Ella were really good friends before this whole timeline crash.
Well, I mean, friends as in Ella was the one who most often answered my prayers. I mean, it's very common for people in my time to refer to gods as their friends, whether they mean as a human friend or not. I mean, you can keep trying to say that I'm lying, but I'm not.
How do you not know that we gift names? It is something that's key and vital for Ella.
It's not in my time.
Then what is key and vital for her then?
In my time?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, life itself is vital to Ella in my time. You know, Ella sees life as the absolute good, and so continuing to create life and nurture life is what you can do to, I guess, pray to Ella. But the concept of praying is kind of different from that. It's more of a form of worship.
I still don't believe you, but I won't push. Just know that I don't like you, I don't trust you, but I'll put up with you.
I don't understand why you don't like me.
You have bad vibes. Bad juju.
I mean, I don't know how to change that.
Something's off about you. I can't place what yet. I will find out though.
I mean, is there another question you would like to ask me? I'm not afraid of answering questions.
Well, if you are also from the same belief that I am, that you also worship Ella, do you know of anything that we can do to help Ella? Because we gave her the roses with people's names, and yet nothing has changed.
I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, this isn't exactly a normal situation that we're in. It's not standard by any means.
Like I said, I don't trust you, but I'll put up with you. And something just tells me that you're bullshitting me.
Then feel free to call it out, Kitty. You think that I'm lying to you. What can I do to, I don't know, clear your suspicion of me?
Don't fucking lie.
I'm not, that's the problem.
I will figure it out. I will.
Figure what out? I mean,
Let's
come
give you
on,
that
Kitty.
juju.
Maybe you've just got a bad ability to check the vibe. I mean, maybe you've lost your touch since you haven't been around anyone. Hell, this is the first time I've seen you leave this little backwards village. And I didn't even see you, I just happened to find a book. Why do the squids keep killing themselves?
I don't know. Maybe it's your bad juju.
Maybe it's just your poor ability to create a river. It's not deep enough. Look, this one's gonna kill itself too. Nope, never mind, it saved itself. For
Stay
once.
in the river.
Never. Either way, you can go ahead and continue to think that I'm lying to you, but I'm not. And I don't know what you're going to figure out because there is nothing to figure out. I am exactly who I say. And I'm not hiding anything. Anything to say to that, dear vibe check kitty?
Something's still off, but I'll leave it for now.
That is still a frustrating answer, but I'll take it.
And you're giving me frustrating answers, so
I'm giving you the truth, so I don't know what you want from me.
you're not, but okay.
Okay. Goodbye, kitty. Feel free to send another threatening book. I'll come talk to you anytime. That squid is offing itself.
Oh my god.
I literally just watched it happen.
It's your bad juju.
It's your bad juju, but not finishing that word. Goodbye. Give me a second, chat. Yeah, the squids make it so that I don't feel pain anymore. Every time one of them dies, I get a little bit of joy. I'm kidding. That's all /J, guys. All of that is a joke. I think this one is Lux's. God damn it. I know how to get to Nopa's and Sam's. Lux is down your hallway? What? Fuck. Okay, I'm going. I can never remember where Lux's is. I don't use it very... The only reason that I remember... I know where it is, DM. I know where it is. You know what? Yeet. Okay, okay. Ow, Kitty! Fuck, I was trying not to laugh anymore. Okay. Oh, let's see if we can see anyone. They're torturing the cat, I see. Is there anyone around? Hello? Hey guys, I can and have Optifine. Oh, I thought I saw a name tag. I see name tags.
Boy.
I made it.
I'm very undereducated. I'm
I made
literally
it
just
for,
taking
like-
calls.
I made it through like 2.5 years
Big.
of high school.
I
Why are you both
Hello?
looking at me like what high school is? Oh,
Because I just had a private tutor my entire life.
that's interesting. But DM just absolutely is. Ugh.
The worst.
No, he
Oh.
really comes.
Nope, I'm leaving.
Hello?
Oh. Hi. Who-
Hello.
Hello.
What?
Oh, it's you. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
God.
going home. I'll see you guys later.
What?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. McFrederick.
I do not like you.
What? Why? What have I done?
That is the wrong spot.
Fail.
This is interesting.
So,
Is that? Yeah.
We-
Wait, no, you don't.
I
That's.
think that's the crazy person who showed up a long time ago.
Wait, no, I talked to them. Their name's Lake. They're like actually kind of okay.
They
You do
are.
realize I can hear you?
Quiet!
No,
You're
yeah.
not a part of this conversation at this moment.
Okay. I'll
Anyway,
just...
They seem kind of cool.
Until you guys
I
have
don't know,
figured
I
out
know,
whatever.
man, they kind of, before I knew about the whole timeline thing, they showed up to my house spouting conspiracy theories.
I know. I remember you telling me about that. I know. But like, also, I think they said they wanted to apologize. So maybe hear them out. I don't know. They can't be as bad as Dion. Or
I don't know,
as
man.
other
Dion's
people
like,
I've met.
as stupid as he is, he's got like the school smarts, but not necessarily the street smarts. type
Was that
thing, you know? Like,
necessary,
he's got
Nopa?
something going for him.
I think Lake is a little smarter than Diem is. Cool smart, street smart.
Everyone's
I don't know.
smarter
I
than
think
you. Also, I forgot something in the shed. I'll be right back.
he's not wrong.
Got a
Everybody
shed
is
at the
smarter
fucking
than Diem.
cabin. Idiot. Am I right?
Yes, he's a bit of an idiot, but also he's a skeleton, so leave him be. Anyway,
Yeah, I
we
don't have
should-
no brain.
We
No brain.
no brain. He's got no brain. You're right. He has no organs. How is
No brain, no organs.
Anyway, that's
Wait,
not what we're
no,
focusing on.
we
right
can't.
now.
We can't.
You're terrible
Diem
at
would take
whispering.
me as
We're
Nopa.
talking.
I agree, Nopa. They are very bad at whispering.
Mr.
That's a
McFrederick. I know you wanted
Hi.
to steal that guy's organs, but if you steal his brain, you might get dumber than you already are.
Exactly.
That would be bad.
Anyway, look.
How many times have I told you that my name is Frederick, not McFrederick? You never deal with you two.
Have a good day, Mr. Frederick.
We'll
Okay.
call him
Look.
McFrederick when he gets the other guy's brain, because
it'll make him dumber. I know, but you should
Put some hillbilly in there.
You should talk to Lake. I think they don't mean harm. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just see how this pans out. Besides, there's two of us here. What harm would they really do when there's a bystander?
Good point.
Okay,
But
okay.
for extra
What?
safety, I say we go to the throne room. I flex my power on them. Yeah.
No, not until you absolutely need to. Let's just talk to them, okay? I've got a trick up my sleeve. It's fine. Don't worry. Let's just go talk to them.
All right. You're right.
You
Diplomacy
lead.
is the best course of action.
Right. Yes, and you're much better at it. So you lead.
Okay.
Hello?
That is not a good way to start a conversation. I thought you were Nopa. Hold on just a moment.
Oh, Mr. Frederick, you mean?
Mr. Frederick is over there. He's hanging with the cats.
Okay.
He's fine.
Hi.
He's doing his normal deal.
I will
He's
Hi.
the cat.
No, you
Leave me be.
disturbed them.
They'll be fine.
Oh. Okay.
Out. Sorry.
Can we focus the task at hand, please? I know we're like a
First
crazy
of all, I
alliance,
must
but like
say that just dropping from the sky in front of someone is not the way to make a trustful appearance.
I mean, I only did it because you guys were done talking and I didn't want you to have to go all the way up there to get me, and that one decided to bat me onto a spot where I honestly didn't know how else to get down. He put me on one of the pillars with lights at the top.
I was going to say there are very
You're
clearly ways down, but I suppose
Besides jumping?
anyway.
Well, that was before I knew you were on one of the pillars, but
Yeah, that one decided to put me on one.
We're kind of having an alliance. We were talking as an alliance.
So, two things. One, I
Oh.
don't like you because you interrupted us. Two, who are you again? Because I've met you before.
Well, so the
That's-
answer
was
to
very
number
briefly.
one is I didn't know you guys were having a conversation, and I apologize for interrupting you. I didn't know that was happening. And the answer to number two is I think you very briefly ran past me over by the zombie spawner at one point.
I've also met you before you came to my tower for some reason.
Why does everybody
yeah.
like going up to your tower?
I don't know, it's highly annoying.
It's a tower of power. Of course we would want to go see it.
I guess
Who's
you're cool
we?
then, Mr. Frederick? Well, I mean, I go up to it. I went up to
What?
it with no harm,
but
and you went up to it with me.
no, it makes sense for you to say we. It doesn't make sense for them to say we.
I mean, I've seen a
Oh,
few
well.
people over there before.
At the tower?
Okay, you're
Yes.
swapping between I and we. Choose one and stick to it so we can stop being confused.
I just said
Okay.
I have seen other people there. So the we was the other people that I have seen there.
I apologize for them. They seem to have lost a little bit of brain cells after talking to DM.
I mean, looks like they're a skeleton, so I don't know how many they had.
No, for the both of them. The both of them are acting a little off after. Hey, be nice. After
You be
talking
nice.
to DM. It's only after talking to DM. After that, you're very, very smart. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah, DM's not
Well-
exactly the best character to keep brain cells with.
Yeah,
Very
you
much
don't
do not
say.
like them.
You're
He-
also
he
not
he
making a
just-
great case for yourself currently.
I
so-
mean,
just
I
came up
was
and
just
talked to
coming
all of
over
us.
here to apologize to you, but then I was getting interrogated by a skeleton, and then you and the
Well-
skeleton were fighting, so...
Okay, let's be nice then, guys. Like, let's be nice. Obviously, they don't mean harm.
I mean,
Well-
yeah, if I wanted to harm you, I would have done it by now.
Apologies in civil conversation, then, yes?
That was the point.
Okay.
The
hold on.
street
So-
side is not the correct place to have such conversation.
Well, I would be happy to go
And-
wherever
okay.
you would like to go to.
If we're having a civil conversation, I assume we can.
He
just
has
go
no
and
shoes
be in our
on. Why do you
Oh.
have no shoes on?
booth. Mr.
Put your
Frederick, it's
shoes
kind of-
on!
It's kind of necessary for you to keep shoes on. Just
Listen,
you
I know that
diplomacy.
Neptia is a beautiful country and we do take very good care of our city, but that's a safety hazard.
Like shoes, please.
You never know where a rogue nail might be at.
Literally- Yes, because a nail's gonna just impale me through all the flesh.
Hey,
I
you
have.
might lose some of your bones in your feet, which would not be cool. So,
I have
Nail
replacements.
going through the.
can you
feet
please
bone.
put shoes on?
Come on, Mr. Frederick.
It's
please.
concerning. I don't
There
like
you go.
that very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
you. Sorry, Lux. Wherever you would like to go, I would be happy to follow.
Well, I was going to suggest our former meeting spot, but I feel like it might be a bit squished with 4. So, without further ado,
Don't know why I agreed to come here. It's way too bright.
You know, you
if
could
you
always
don't
go
want to be
home.
here, then leave.
You could always go
No.
home. Okay. Then don't complain.
I will complain.
Wow, you're very fast in the water.
Mm,
That would be my
oh,
my family
sorry.
lineage. That makes me as fast as I am. Yes, I don't believe. I know we had an introduction previously, but I don't believe it was a proper one. Heir to the throne of Neptia, Luxor.
It's nice to meet you, Luxor. I don't know what title you would like me to use.
Lux is fine, I suppose, for now, as it appears that most of the people who would be required to use my full name have seemingly disappeared into thin air. So, for the time being, unless, of course, you have things to say that are more offensive than the first time you showed up, Lux is fine.
Absolutely
And how
not.
may I address you?
You can address me as Lake. That's the name that I've taken since coming here, and it's very nice to meet you, Lux. Properly this time.
Yes, I agree. Proper diplomacy is ideal, and I myself also apologize for being as harsh as I was to you when we originally met, but I do need you to understand that I was not in the best of circumstances then, nor am I now, to be completely honest with you. I am living in an empty castle in an empty city, with none of the normal advisors or guidance I would normally be under. So, I will do my best to speak for what I can.
And I would like to make, well, honestly, a very similar apology. I'm sorry for rudely entering your castle and, well, I guess the best way to put it is going off on you the way I did. I was under a very stressful situation myself, having been pulled away from family and home. So
I suppose that's probably something all of us here have in common, except, of course, for the dead person and the...
I think that's only something you two have in common because I was not ripped away from home. The north is home. I don't really have a home.
Tell you what, you two, go out, get yourself some nice snacks from the city. I'm sure there's something left.
Free stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. We'll talk later. Not helping.
Mr. Frederick, please conduct yourself in a orderly manner.
I don't use doors a lot, okay?
Oh,
There are plenty of doors in the city for you to play with.
I had a question. I wanted to ask like a question. Hold on.
Of course.
Just before I go.
Mhm.
Hello?
Hey, hi. Do you mind if I talk to you after we all leave? In private though, not with the other people. I just have a question.
Of course.
Privately.
Mr. McFrederick?
I'll let you know.
Stop.
I'll let you know once I've finished my conversation with Lux.
Okay, I'm probably gonna be in the city, but yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna go now.
Of course.
Please don't let Mr. McFrederick break anything.
I'll try not to. Mr. Frederick, let's go.
No promises on anything.
I'll try my damnedest.
Are you sure you trust that?
Which one?
Mr. Frederick? I think Sam is trustworthy. Mr. Frederick does
Here's-
not seem so much.
Here's the thing about allies, like, sometimes, I'm sure you've heard the expression, oh, what is it? An enemy of my enemy is a friend?
Yes,
Something along those lines?
I've heard similar.
Yes. Well, in some ways, sometimes a friend of a friend is strangely still a friend, and although he may not have much in his head, in that head of his, I do believe he has a very specific skill set that at some point in the future may be somewhat helpful. At the very least, he's good at manual labor, and who doesn't need free manual labor?
I don't know who wouldn't.
Exactly. And he's relatively easy as long as you dangle something shiny in front of him. You can kind of get him to do almost anything.
Ah, that
just
makes a
a
little more
harmless-
sense.
Senile old man, if you will.
That makes quite a bit more sense.
And Sam seems quite fond of him, so I suppose he's all right.
I guess one could say he is the emotional support skeleton for Sam.
Suppose so. I don't know if he's very good at emotional support, though. Perhaps more simply they talk at him, and he minds or something. I don't know. I've only recently met him myself.
That's understandable.
So, besides our mutual agreement that our initial meeting was not necessarily ideal, does anything else bring you to the Kingdom of Neptia this evening?
No, I simply wish to apologize. I felt that it was something that was important. I truly didn't mean to cause you harm or anything like that. I just was in a rough place myself.
I understand. Well, then, Lake, perhaps you can do something for me. There's a man who keeps showing up at my castle, in my palace, in my home. And I understand both Sam and Nova don't necessarily, Mr. McFrederick, don't necessarily agree with him, and quite frankly, neither do I. However, I do believe he is someone from my past, and I'm curious if you could help me. He goes by a, Incendium, I believe.
Ah,
He continuously shows up and rattles on about Legacy, which is a project that I believe my parents were involved in. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you, but he continuously shows up, asks me if I know anything about it. I say, quite frankly, I know what my parents told me, which wasn't much, mainly a young me sitting in on meetings I didn't yet understand, and I'm curious if you know anything about him or what he spieled.
well, from what I know, Diem was a scientist that was working on an experiment to create a form of immortality. And from what I last know, they were about to try the experiment. My guess is DM keeps asking you about it because they did try it, and it went wrong, and that's why we all ended up here.
That would make sense. An experiment gone wrong definitely has a bit more footing than just random events happening. Well, I suppose I will see if I can find some of the logs that he's looking for, as he seems a bit unstable. You know what I mean? So perhaps if we can get more than one person looking at classified information, such as the documents he searches for, that will be ideal.
Yes. Would you like my help looking through those documents?
No, I would quite like to look through them on my own first, as I do believe the ones he is looking for are classified Neptian government documents. And Lake, as much as I appreciate your apology, I am not about to share classified government documents with anyone.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to say that. I thought by classified you meant classified by legacy, which is the organization he worked for. I wasn't trying to pry into Neptune government documents.
Lake, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Legacy is funded by Neptia, at least in part. A lot of their original research and mission statement came from assorted ruins, documents, and other small bits and pieces scattered along the ocean floor as they rebuilt society, which was culminated in Legacy going out and searching for whatever it is they were searching. Granted, that's really all I know. It's relatively secretive in the scheme of things.
That is rather interesting information, Lux. I was unaware that that is how Legacy was funded. I will not pry any further, though.
I'm sure they had other funding as well. It would make sense, as you cannot fund something as earth-shattering as the collapse of a timeline with a single government, but who knows?
Well, Lux, I thank you for listening to me, but I won't take up any more of your time if you do not have any other questions.
Excellent. I will go, I will escort you out, and we shall find Sam, as I know that they have. I don't want to say they take issue with you, but they seem to have something they want as well.
Then I'm willing to talk to them.
Oh, hello again.
Hello. I know you had mentioned wanting to speak with Lake, so I
Yeah.
brought them here. But also,
Thank you.
if you like this little place, I'm sure the old woman was living here won't be coming back anytime soon. So you may call it your home away from home if you like, because I know you like to hang out sometimes.
You know, I would love that. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
All right.
Lake is outside.
Yeah. Sounds
Farewell,
good.
Sam.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye, Lux.
Farewell, Lake.
Hello?
Now that they're gone, I have a couple of questions. Just a few. And I'd appreciate if you didn't lie to me, because I hate that so much. And
Okay.
tell me that you don't want to tell me. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. But are you the god of death?
I take it you spoke to Phantom.
Yes. And for that fact, Diem.
Okay. I know that Phantom says I'm a god of death and has been kind of spreading that rumor.
But well, Diem worded it as more like Grim Reaper, I guess. I don't know. Is it true? I'm not gonna go tell
No.
people.
Well,
What do you mean no?
it's not the truth. I'm
Then
not
what are you?
some Grim Reaper. Right
Be
now?
honest. Please be honest with me. What are you? What were you? What are you trying to do?
Right now, I am just a person trying to get back home, to be quite honest. I just...
So you're gonna tell me that two people have lied to me. It's kind of a bold thing to do when the both of them don't even know each other. Never even talk to each other.
Okay, well, DM hates me from us knowing each other in the previous world. So it makes sense that if DM had heard the rumor, which I have from other people, that Phantom is saying that I'm the god of death.
But DM said he's only talked to you and Nope and Mr. Frederick and Lux. The two of them don't know. Not that they've told me. I haven't told them anything.
I mean, Sam, I don't know what answer you want me to give. I, at this time, am human. I am giving you the truth. At this time, I am human.
So what were you? If you are human right now, what were you?
See, the problem is you've put me into a corner that I can either choose to answer you with the truth that you aren't going to believe, or I can say I don't want to answer, and then you're going to believe the lie that's been told to you. Or...
So it's not... I'm some 17-year-old that lives in the middle of friggin' nowhere with somewhat of friends that I barely tell them anything anyway.
Okay.
So are you gonna tell me the truth, or are you just gonna do what every adult does, which is just avoid it?
I'm not an adult.
You're a human, and you're not a kid. So right now
How
you're
do
an
you
adult,
know?
because you don't act like me or Lux.
That
And
doesn't
Lux
mean
and I
anything.
are kids.
That doesn't mean anything.
And you got married. Only adults can get married.
I don't know where that rule came from, since I barely know what marriage is. As you know, we've talked about this.
Yeah, but I now see that whoever married you really did not explain anything.
No, it was more a spur of the moment thing with chaos. But that isn't what this conversation was about.
No.
Look, Sam, I can tell you with full certainty that I am human now. However, if you ask me again what I was, I'm going to have to say that I don't want to answer that, because no matter what, you're going to take me for either a liar, or if I say I don't want to answer it, you're just going to take whatever was told to you as the truth. There's no way that I win, no matter what I say.
You don't even know that I'm going to call you a liar. You don't know that. You don't know me.
You've already called me a liar.
Hey, every adult is a liar anyway. They say I'm just some kid. I'll never understand it, and that's just how it's always been. So of course,
But
I'm gonna call
I wouldn't
people liars,
say
because
that.
everybody is.
That's the problem, is you're assuming that I will do something that I wouldn't do.
And you're assuming the same thing of me. I'm just giving back what you are giving me.
Fine. I am human. And Phantom will continue to lie and say that I am something I am not. As I have told everyone else who cares to listen, I have worshipped the god of death. Because there was a time in my life where that was the only thing that was consistent.
Okay.
I don't want you to assume that I'm lying.
I kind of just assume everybody lies.
Except children. Only adults lie.
Lux hasn't lied to me, and they're the only child I know.
I mean,
Never had friends. So who am I to say? Who am I to say different from what I know?
I mean, What adults have you interacted with?
My parents, their friends, the teachers in high school. All these people say like that you can trust them and they're not gonna lie but they do. They still do. And they never actually.
Do you think Ella lied?
No, but also I don't really know Ella.
You've
I
spoken
can't
with
say that
Ella.
for a fact. I've spoken with Ella for what, 5 minutes? And she seemed happy, she seemed cool, she seemed cheerful, but also she didn't really tell me anything.
How long did you speak with Phantom to believe that they wouldn't lie?
They told me they wouldn't lie.
Okay, and I just told you that I wouldn't lie, but you somehow assumed that I was lying anyway.
But here's the deal. Here's the thing. Because I've been told different things by other people. And it's like, okay, so either Phantom is lying and they're not a good person, or that would be just no, that can't be happening. Or Diem's lying, and well, that's probably true because he's dumber than a rock. But like 2 people have told me things, and they don't even know each other. They can even like create a lie around me. So do I believe you're human now? Yes, but do I believe that you avoiding my question is still technically lying? Also, yes.
Avoiding a question isn't lying. Avoiding a question is saving myself from heartache at this point. I live in enough pain as it is.
Okay. One more question. Just one more. And
Go ahead.
I'll get out of your hair forever. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what that is.
What is it? What specifically is it? Do you know?
It's called a totem of undying. And it's a horrible creation. It's addictive and it harms the people that use them. Why do you have that?
Well, I mean, Phantom gave it to me. They didn't say it was harmful. What do you mean it's harmful?
It harms the people that use them. When it forces the last breath that you were supposed to have back into you, it poisons you. It poisons your bloodstream. Haven't you noticed Phantom changing their appearance? That's not a choice. That is what the totems are doing to them. It's dangerous.
I've only had like one really long conversation with them, so I guess I wouldn't notice.
When they first were pulled through time and placed here, there was no yellow on their arm. There were no green spots. The only thing that was green about them was their eyes. The green and the yellow is all new. And that has only happened since they started using the totems. I've seen...
How many totems does it take to get that to look like that?
I don't know. I just know that if you use them over and over again, I don't know exactly how many that means, but I know that that's what you'll end up like. And Phantom will lose her mind from doing them over and over and using them over and over. They're dangerous and you shouldn't have them.
But it felt like before I came over. It can't be that bad.
That's not a good thing. You've said that from the place that you came over from wasn't your home. The North, you've said, is your home. So why would you want to re-experience what happened before?
Because I wanted to die. You think you think I like absolutely being stuck here?
I don't like it either. But that totem isn't helping.
It's exactly how it felt when I jumped off that cliff before I showed up here.
Look. You need to not use them. You can have them, but don't use them. I don't want to see you lose your mind like she is. I don't want to see you in pain. I don't want to see you falling to the poison that they've somehow learned to create.
But so my choices now are to continue what Phantom continue doing what Phantom is telling me or giving me, or listen to Diem and tell him and listen to him say that the world is gonna fall apart and we're all just gonna live into a void, or to go back home to what you guys all call home, the other timeline. Those are my choices?
No, those aren't your choices. Diem is right, the world is going to collapse around us, but that doesn't mean you have to go back to the place that you were at before. I've been talking with other people and we're trying to reopen the rift, but there are some of us that don't want to go back to the place we were before, and we are trying to figure out a way to change that.
Do you know if there's a definitive way to change that?
No, but I also don't know if there's a definitive way to open everything back up. I would rather open everything back up and allow people to go anywhere else than a world that's going to collapse around us. After all, what do you think happens to us when the world is gone?
I don't know. We die? That's what I assume. And maybe that's
or
not,
we
like, the
simply
worst
cease
thing.
to exist? Don't you hope
don't
that there's
know.
something past the end of life? Someplace happier?
I mean, is there anything ever happier?
There has to be something happier than life.
There was nothing there. This where I live now, Lux, Mr. Frederick, this is the happiest I have ever been in my life. And you guys all want to rip that away some way, somehow. I
don't want to rip that away. I want to allow everyone to live in happiness, but we have to go home. Otherwise, everything, all of the dimensions, all of the people, they all will just stop. That includes Mr. Frederick and Lux. That includes this place. There's just... we all need to go home, whether that means that you have to go back to the same time that you were at or not. And you know what? I said I wasn't going to answer your question, but it seems that Phantom feels fine sharing the information anyway, and by the time the round table comes around, everyone will know. So Phantom's right. I was the god of death, and I can tell you that there is a much happier place after this life. But if this world collapses around us, we all simply cease to exist. And anyone you ever cared about is gone. That includes the people here. And I will do everything in my power to let you go with Lux or Mr. Frederick if that's where you want to go. But either way, we have to leave this place. I have the Enderman to protect in the end. Because I want to give people like you who haven't had good lives the ability to be happy in death. That is what I have been given the ability to do. So I'm going to go back there and continue to do that.
Okay.
Feel free to shoot me if you want.
No. I'm just fiddling. I'm just trying to understand it all. That's all.
Ask whatever you want.
I've asked all my questions.
Let me guess, you're going to help Phantom in whatever their goal is.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Cause you can't. You've told me that what Phantom's doing is dangerous, and I believe it. They seem to have no care for their own life, but also you can't you can't just promise. You can't absolutely promise that I can go with whoever back. Like, if we do go back, what if
I can't, but that's what the round table is for.
Go back to my parents' house.
I will do everything I can. I cannot make any promises. This isn't exactly a normal occurrence, but I will do everything I can to make sure that you do not have to go back to that place.
Okay. I'll help you over Phantom. I'm still gonna be friends with Phantom and stuff.
And you have
I'll
that
help you.
choice, but I just want you to understand that it's not safe to use the totems. Just, please, I don't want to watch you be hurt in the way that Phantom is. I've only ever cared about humanity, and I've only ever wanted to help the ones that I can. That has been my only desire since the beginning of time. So please, I've seen what totems do to people, and I would hate to see what it would do to you.
Okay. I'll help you. Phantom can't know. Phantom can't know that I'm helping you.
I would never tell Phantom. Phantom's broken the alliance that I had made with them. I don't exactly have anything to tell them anymore.
Is DM working towards the same goal as you are? I know Phantom isn't.
DM is, in a sense, but I will never ally myself with DM.
Okay.
DM is the reason that we are here. DM
Yes,
is
I
the
know
reason.
that now.
Yeah. DM is the reason that I
yeah.
live in constant pain. So no, I will never ally myself with him.
Yeah, he told me that. He told me about that, and I blame him for everything. It is his fault. I told him if he ends up getting stuck in the void, he gets what he got deserved coming to him because he brought us all here.
Sam.
But
I just want you to know that I did everything in my power to try and stop this from happening. And I mean everything. I have lost everything. And I know that you've been through loss yourself, but there's a difference between losing as a human and losing divinity. I feel every single time that someone was supposed to die as pain. And it happens often. And the totems amplify that pain. Beyond just hurting the person who uses them, they hurt me.
I believe you. I believe you, and I don't think you'd lie to me now.
I certainly have no reason to. But I guess you can kind of understand now why I said I'm not an adult. It's kind of hard to call a being that's a few millennia old an adult.
Yeah, that makes sense. But Ella's an adult, right? I mean, you guys did get married.
Yes, Ella is an adult. Yes, Ella is an adult.
Talking about, but dang, you guys really just went and got married? You guys know each other at some point? Are you guys just that friends?
we've known each other. Anyway, Sam, I need to go home and plan some things, at least to what home I've made.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just be careful. And if you need help with anything, just let me know.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, I will.
Bye, Sam.
Bye.
At least someone... I don't know. It feels weird. I've been trying to hide my status for so long that finally telling people just feels strange. And I probably said too much about Ella and I, but hopefully they'll just forget what I said, or take that to mean that we've been spending time together since this whole thing happened. It seems I won't be able to stay in the tree for very much longer with the way that things are moving. At least I have that secondary base set up. I can start moving items soon, and, well, I'll make sure that there's nothing usable here. The problem is the Wither Rose. I gave it to Phantom so long ago, but I made a divine promise that they could give it back to me and ask for one favor, which is terrifying. But there's nothing to be done about it now. I can't take that back. So it seems I'll just have to get myself to safety as much as I can. All right. Out of lore mode for the night. That was a long stream! Guys, oh, that was a marathon of lore. Thank you to the OK Cephalopod, Alizar TV, and Toxic Cookie for following. We're getting so close to making it to affiliate, which would open up subs, open up custom emotes for people to use, you know? We're getting so close. I'm so excited. I've not been doing this for very long. I'm so happy that there's so many people that are enjoying my content enough to follow. Anyway, hi everyone in chat. Hi. For anyone who is new here, I'm Maniac Lake. I own the Maniac SMP. That's what we're on tonight. We were doing lore. It was amazing. It was a very long lore stream. But there was a lot of information. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff to take in, a lot of information to deal with, a lot of things that have implications for significantly later in the story. But, that's where we're at. So, wow, I'm struggling with that doorway. I do not usually struggle with that. Anyway, I'm gonna go show off Chaos's new build, because it's getting closer. Aha! See, I just said it, and there's Chaos in chat saying, hey, I built the castle. That's where we're going. I'm just gonna spend a couple of minutes winding down with everyone in chat. I didn't know that conversation with Sam was going to happen tonight, or I would have put up trigger warnings. So we're just going to unwind, make sure everyone in chat is okay. And yeah, let myself chill out a little bit. I do not normally stream on Tuesdays. It's a weird feeling. I'm supposed to be at fencing right now, but guess where I'm not? I'm not stabbing people because it's 2 degrees where I live. And I did not feel like going in there because the building's too big and it does not stay that warm. Yes, I see the castle. I'm gonna go up the hill. Whee! So anyway, for the new followers, feel free to say hi in chat if you're still sticking around. If not, You know, that's cool. It's fine. We're at the end of lore for today, so, you know, I get it. There's other things to watch. I seriously love all the builds around here. Chaos, I think you have my favorite building style on the server. It's so classic. And just really well done, honestly. Death pit! Wait, do you have a bed up here? I don't have a bed on me. I think there's a bed in the house over here. You're welcome, Chaos. It's only the truth. Aw, there's not a bed in there anymore, Chaos. Where is it? Chaos, where'd you move it to? We'll go up to the castle in just a second. I just want to yeet down the death pit for a minute. As we were talking about on our Discord earlier. Oh god, now I've got other people going for the death pit. Chaos, don't get mad at me. Anyway, for anyone who's in my chat who... That's adorable. Who isn't a part of the Maniac SMP, if you're hanging around, new viewer, old viewer, all of it, would you guys be interested in a fan Discord? A place to interact with the rest of us creators. Not the rest of us, all of us creators. And, you know, be able to get a little bit more insight into the people that, you know, aren't like streamers and stuff like that. Because we actually do have a lot of people on here who aren't streamers, and getting to interact with them a little bit more, see a little bit more of their characters, you know, I just want to see if you guys would be down for that. And of course, this is when I get no interaction in chat. So sad. Bad children. Chaos, why are you saying yo in all caps? Anyway. Is that just the toggle, or did you mean for that to be in all caps? Okay, let's go up to the castle, by the way. That's where we're going. Oh, I forgot that I still have the suspenseful music on. Let's go to the chill vibes music. All right, let's chill vibes. Ooh, they all have interior now too. Nice. Okay, let's go look then. Well, except the one that I walked in over there, that did not have an interior in it. Ooh. I love lanterns. It's honestly, such a great block that they added. Ooh. Fun. I swear, the more builds that Chaos does, the more that I fall in love with their building style and wish that I could recreate, but I'm bad. Painting. Hi, Dave! Dave is cute. Oh. Kitty found the death pit. Ah. Death pit! Oh. Casual wither rose? Question mark? Ah, there's the portal. I found it. Oh, that's interesting. Hi, chicken. Wait, you have a name. Black Rosary Manager is a chicken. That's amazing. Ooh, you can get rooms. I don't know that one. Oh. For the poly couples, anyway. Thank you for the poly rep, Chaos. Remember, the end of this series is just going to be once I can marry everyone. Total/J there, although I am poly for anyone who's looking for rep. That's just where it comes in. Yeah, look, more bits. Ooh, balcony. All right, chat. Are we feeling a little less We? I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling. We're just gonna go with it, okay? Ah, yes. This was done in literally the first, what, hour of it being open, Chaos? Of the server being open? The server has been open for a long time. And yet here we are. It's still there. I think, if I remember correctly, this they followed an eye vendor is what they did. For fast travel. Anyway, this server opened in like October, I think. It was like right before Halloween. Wait, I can check. Ceph and I hadn't chatted since October 31st. It was on Halloween, baby. We opened it on Halloween. Okay, Chaos, I love the castle. I love it so much. So many paintings, by the way. I'm gonna sit on bench. All right. Chat, I think that's where we're going to end it for today. Once again, thank you so much to Zenu. Oh, well, I'm sitting on your table then, Chaos. I will stand on your table. Also, Pog, agreed, Fuzzy. All right. That's going to be the end of today. I've chilled out now. Wow, I don't know what I am choking on. Thank you once again to the 3 new followers today, including Ceph. Ceph, we did lore today, come on. Yeah, we're getting really close, you know? Start sharing the stream if you want to. I still need to put things up on YouTube, although there's some discussions going on in the background about VODs and such. So, I'll try and update you guys soon on that. Good night, everybody. Have a great day.